Well, hello there, folks. Right, we've done the candy floss today. There's already 4 or 5 quick messages out there. We'll get to probably what will be the last 2 messages of the day now, or unless something else happens, that is. The two that probably I'm most interested in. This is regarding, and by the way, I'll put the bins on for this because there's something to read here. I've not had the bins on all day on the previous messages because they were just talking about drivel, really. This is something that sort of I've thoughts on more than most anything else I've covered. Guy called J. Michael Bailey. You've probably never heard of him. I hadn't either. He's an American professor. And there was something in the paper over the weekend. I was going to cover it yesterday, day before, never had a chance. I thought it would keep. Yeah, so there's something in the paper. He's a professor of psychology in America. He's released 100 or more academic articles before now. He's lauded for his groundbreaking work on sexual orientation. Yeah, you probably know where I'm going again, folks. Gender. It is a hot topic of mine. As I keep saying, I'm not homophobic, I'm not anyphobic, I'm not nothing. But I hate some of these activists and I hate people telling us what we should do, say and think. It really gets me go. Anyway, this is another case in point, so I'll read it to you. So anyway, it's a groundbreaking work on sexual orientation. That's his background. Anyway, he'd done a piece a few weeks ago now, and it's about young girls feeling pressured into receiving medical transition treatments, things like puberty blockers and actually having mastectomies before they even know what they're doing. Probably at a time when they've only just got something to have a mastectomy with, to be honest with you. All of which he says that he doesn't agree with. He says what he would prefer, rather than these radical treatments, he would rather go down the psychotherapy route and discuss things and talk about things and make sure these young girls really knew what they were doing before moving ahead with things like puberty blockers and mastectomies and what have you. That was his argument anyway. So he released a piece and it got put out there 3 or 4 months ago. As I say, it's one of over 100 pieces he's released. He's never had any issues with anybody in the past. He's always been well respected. Anyway, when it got published, it got massive negative attention from the trans activists. Yeah, here they came wading into him, as they do. They lobbied the publisher, and they also lobbied the organisation affiliated to the journal. Anyway, on May the 5th of this year, they sent in 100 different gender activists sent in letters to the publisher. The publisher buckled, like they always do with these cases, and they took the article down. He was really disappointed it'd been taken down, because he said it's all about talking about issues. It's not about I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right, whatever it may be. It's about talking. And to that end, that's all he wanted these young girls to do before they made radical decisions. He wanted them to talk, as it says, psychotherapy is much better than doing the things that these extremists want them to do at a very early age. So anyway, on May the 23rd, it all got taken down, and the publisher sent an email to say, we're very, very sorry, but in the light of many unhappy letters we've received, we feel it must be taken down. And he's beside himself. And I felt for him. I really did. I think he's trying to do the right thing. I think he's got no agenda. I think he isn't trying to hurt anybody at all. In fact, what he's trying to do is help many, many young girls to really think and discuss and decide what they really, really want to do, rather than pushed into something that's really, as I say, radical by outside influences. And that's what seems to be happening. And it's happening all over the world at the moment. But America and GB, we tend to follow. It's happening more and more. And if you speak up about this, you get absolutely jumped on from a great height by many of these activists. And I just feel it's so wrong. Anyway, I don't know what you feel. If you've got any thoughts, let me know. If they're any negative or having a pop at me, let me know. I'm not bothered. It won't bother me one iota. If you don't like anything I've got to say, go and have a listen to me Ron DeSantis one that I did, 6-7 weeks ago. You really won't like that one. But I don't care. They're my thoughts. And this is an open forum for people to have thoughts. I'm allowed to say what I want to say. You can say what you want to say. You won't get bad for saying what you want to say. The difference between this channel and the journal or wherever that's run is He got complained about and it got pulled. People can complain about me as many times as they want. I won't be pulling anything. It'll be here forever. Okay? They're just my thoughts. I also want children, as Ron DeSantis said, to be children. And when they decide they want to do anything that's really, really radical and really that's final, then they can decide when they're of the right age and of the right mind to know what they want to do. I've got no problem with that at all. No problem whatsoever. But I hate these young children, be a male or female, to be pushed into things that they don't necessarily want to do and they don't necessarily know enough about. That's it from me.